Madam Rides the Bus by Valikanan. This story was written by Valikanan and was translated from Tamil to English by K.S. Sundaram. This is a sensitive story of an 8-year-old girl who describes her first bus journey into the world outside her village. The world outside is fascinating and the bus ride is a mysterious journey. She also sees the gap between our knowing that there is death and our understanding of it. The characters of this story are Valley, a 8-year-old girl, the bus conductor, the conductor of that bus through which she travels, an elderly man, an elderly woman, Valley's mother, and Valley's aunt. There was a girl named Valley Amai who was called Valley for short. She was 8 years old and was very curious to know about new things. She had no playmates on her own age on the street. So her favorite pastime was to stand in front of the door of her house and watching what was happening in the street outside. This always gave her new experiences and she enjoyed every bit of it. The bus that traveled from her street to the town fascinated her the most. Looking at the new passengers every time, the bus gave an unending joy to Valley. Every day she watched the bus. She wanted to travel through it. This wish became stronger day by day until it became a desire. She used to stare at the people while they got up and down the bus when it stopped in the street corner. If one of her friends went on a bus ride and described her about their bus journey, she became very jealous of her and would shout, "Proud, proud," without knowing its meaning. Over many days and months, Valley listened to the talks of her neighbors and people who regularly went on the bus journey. She even asked them some discreet questions here and there. This way, she was able to get the minute details about the bus journey. The town was 6 miles from her village and the fare was 30 paise one way. The trip took 45 minutes and if she stayed in her seat and paid another 30 paise, then she could return home on the same bus. In this way, she kept on planning and calculating for a long time. One fine spring day, while the afternoon bus was leaving the village, Valley shouted to stop the bus. The bus stopped. She went near the door and got on it. She refused the help of the conductor and said that she could do it by herself. The conductor was a jolly sort of person and he addressed Valley as Madam. There was only 6 to 7 passengers on the bus. She got a seat in the front row and sat on it. The bus was new with soft and luxurious seats. Valley wanted to see everything outside, but she could not reach there as it was in height. So she stood on the seat and started looking outside the bus. She was attracted by the outside view. She could see the canal, the palm trees, the huge grasslands, distant mountains, and the blue sky. Suddenly, an elderly man told her not to stand on the seat and to sit down. She sat down, but she was annoyed by his attention. So she claimed that she was not a mere child as she had paid her fare. Hearing so, the conductor who was punching the tickets of the passengers put a joke on her and made laugh everyone. He told her to sit on the seat comfortably and not to stand again. After some time, the bus stopped for some new passengers and an old woman came to sit near Valley. She found the woman repulsive as she had big ear holes, ugly earrings in them, and she was chewing betel nuts. The woman asked her if she was traveling alone or not. But she doesn't want to be sociable with her and replied not to bother about her as she can take care of her by herself. Her first journey was careful, painstaking, elaborate plans she had to make for it. She had saved every stray coins that came her way by resisting every temptation to buy peppermints, toys and balloons. Even she had registered her strong desire to ride the merry-go-round and finally saved a total of 60 paise. She also slipped out of the house without her mother's knowledge. As her mother takes a nap in the afternoon, she got the right chance to have her fast excursion outside the village. The bus was passing smoothly through the landscapes, leaving all the obstacles. Suddenly, Valley clapped her hands and laughed. A young cow with tail high in the air was running very fast, which made her to do so. The cow was not moving aside despite continuous honking by the driver. This was so funny to her, so she laughed and laughed. At last, the cow went away and the bus again ran smoothly ahead to the town, crossing all the obstacles. Finally, the bus reached the town after some time, and the passengers got off from the bus except Valley. It was a busy shopping street. Valley amazed by looking at those beautiful streets. The conductor asked her if she would get off the bus or not. To this she replied no and gave him another 30 paise as bus fare. She told him that she would go home by the same bus. The conductor then asked her to take a walk to the nearby shops or to have some drinks, but she repeatedly saying no. She also refused his offering of giving her a cold drink as a treat. Then the conductor asked her if her mother would look for her or not while giving her the ticket. To this, she again replied no and added that no one would be looking for her. After some time, the bus started. Valley saw the same wonderful sights during the return journey. She was not bored and greeted everything with the same excitement as she had felt the first time. Suddenly, she saw a young cow laying dead by the roadside. It was the same cow that was running towards the bus when she was going to the town. She was filled with sadness on seeing her. She thought about how that beautiful creature a little while ago lost its charm and looked horrible. The bus moved on, but the thought of the dead cow hunted Valley down her enthusiasm. She was no longer wanted to look out the window and glued to her seat. When the bus reaches her village at 3:45 p.m., she stood off and jumped down the bus. She said bye to the conductor and ran straight home. When she entered her house, she found her mother awake and talking to one of Valley's aunts. Her mother and aunt looked at her and again continued their conversation. Valley smiled at herself. She did not tell her secret bus journey to her mother.